Well, they moved there for the isolation, but the pandemic has cut them off from the rest of the world. As St. John Alexander reports, the residents of Point Roberts are asking for border crossing restrictions to be relaxed just a little.
Well, it's very quiet, as you can imagine, and this is a tough story to tell because we are not allowed over there. They can't come over here. So we told border officials what we were up to, and we were given some very clear instructions.
That's John Beals, a resident of Point Roberts, USA. This is as far as he is allowed to go. We, of course, are CTV News Vancouver, and this is as far as we're allowed to go.
Everybody seems to be doing really well. They're holding together.
Our interview over an invisible line watched carefully by agents on both sides of the closed U.S.-Canada border.
Canada wants to keep their people safe. Absolutely, and they should.
It's just that the people of the tiny enclave of 1,300 feel like they're missing out.
This is our local hardware store.
Since we're not permitted in town, Beals took us for a tour with his phone and showed us why.
You can see there's a lot of brands that we don't have.
The Americans are hardly suffering, but they'd love to get their cars fixed, tires changed, dogs groomed. Where there used to be 4 kinds of tomatoes, now there's only 1. Don't forget, Point Roberts is surrounded by water, and the only way out on land is to cross the Canadian border.
A simple example is shampoo. You know, everybody has a specific brand. They don't carry it here.
That's why Beals launched a petition urging both countries to make an exception for the isolated town and allow Americans to drive through Canada to the other U.S. border about 45 minutes away. Beals admits people live here because they like the quiet, but argues there are no known cases of COVID-19.
So we really don't have a desire to go anywhere else, but we have to sometimes.
In a perfect world, they would love to shop right across the border in Canada like they usually do.
Canadian government would let us go to Tuwasa, that would be great. But one step at a time.
And as Beals steps back to the peaceful town he loves so much, he admits it's just a little too quiet now.
And so far, a little progress to report. John has heard back from the U.S. side saying we are taking this seriously and doing what we can, but nothing so far back from Canada. Scott, Mijung?
An interesting situation there.
It's a peculiar place, isn't it? I mean, it's just across the U.S., the 49th parallel there, but not part of Canada. And you don't really think of those issues, I guess, with COVID-19 and the border restrictions, but they're caught in the crosshairs.
Yeah, should we just annex Point Roberts?
I don't know what the Americans would say about that.